Hello, crafty friends. It's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. So in my previous video, I showed you guys the new 3D vintage storybook die from Scrapdivadedigns, a project share that I just did. But I wanted to come on and show you guys another way to make a cute little book, a much smaller size that would go along with that. So I don't know if you're aware, but she has 3 different box sizes. So she's got a small, medium, and a large. I recently used the large to make a hutch box, and I've made some books with it as well. But this one is the smallest one. I wanted to see what the smallest one would look like made up the way that I did the other ones. And I will share that with you guys. Let me pop over and get one real quick. So in essence, here is what we're going to be making, but we're going to make the smallest version, and this is the large version. So I recently created this little 3D book using this die and just a piece of decorative paper. And I'm going to show you how I did that, but we're going to do it in the small size. If you notice, the larger size one is very comparable to the 3D storybook. Like, it's not much smaller, but it's a little bit smaller. But the way I did it was I made it to where you could open it. I had it backwards, sorry. You can open it like this. So that's what we're going to do with this one, and I'm going to share with you the measurements that I used to make mine, and then, you know, go for it, or however you want to do it. I just thought I would share it with you guys. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and I cut out my box pieces, and I cut them in white because they're considered your page pieces. I cut one of each of the pieces that you need to assemble, and then I cut a long strip and a small strip of the decorative layers, and I scored every 1/8 of an inch on my scoreboard because I want these to sort of look like pages after I lay everything on. Then I cut a piece of, for the cover, a piece of cardstock 3.5 by 6 inches. What I did for the cover was I went in and I put it on my scoreboard. I scored it 2 3/4, flipped it, scored it 2 3/4 again, and then I scored it at every 1/8 of an inch after that. Then I took a little curling tool that I have, and I just curled my spine to where it would have like a rounded edge. Now, if you wanted a square edge on your book, you don't want it to be rounded, then you won't need to add cardstock to this. It'd be a different measurement, but I wanted mine to be rounded like this one. So let's go ahead and assemble the book. I want to show you it's really basic. So we're going to go ahead and do what we normally do with our books and just assemble the base piece first. And I'm going fast because I don't want to, this video to take forever. And you're just going to, sorry if I keep in and out, but I'm trying to do this quickly for you guys so you're not here all day. I know you guys know how to put a book together, but I thought, you know what, let's just go ahead and do the whole thing from start to finish. I didn't bring my bone folder over here. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. I'm going to pop off and grab my bone folder. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went and got my bone folder. Sorry about that, guys. Y'all know I don't do very many tutorials because I'm never prepared. So, again, we're just going to assemble the box the way it's meant to be assembled. Well, technically, if you were assembling it to use the top part to tuck, you wouldn't assemble it this way. You wouldn't be gluing this the way I'm doing it now. But I'm just doing the basic box. And then we're going to come back in, and I'll show you why we're altering it, just to make it a little more simple. Okay. My bone folder, flatten that out. Let's add some glue to this flap. I love that it has the extra flap because it gives your box so much stability. It's awesome. So, okay. Now we have the bottom part of our box assembled. Super simple. Nothing to it, right? Okay. Now the top part. These 2 flaps were intended to be used to tuck into the sides of this box. That's not how I'm going to use it. So, I am going to cut off those little flaps, and I'm going to angle it in just a hair. So, we're going to cut these off. Okay. So, in essence, this is what you end up with. You just cut off the 2 little flaps, okay? Here's your back piece, and here's your front piece. Make sure you score it really good with your bone folder. Now, what I did was I took my 3 other pieces and I tucked them in. I put them in the box just like this. Went ahead and fitted them in my box exactly like that. Then I lift this flap and I go ahead and glue it in. Okay. Just glue it right in there. Get it nice and straight. Give the glue a minute to set. I use wet glue. You use whatever glue you want to use. I like wet glue because it gives you some wiggle room. Plus, you know, even in the heat or the cold, it's not going to pop open like hot glue will. Sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought. So here, in essence, is what you have. Okay, you have your little box in your front. Instead of going over and tucking in, it's just tucking inside of your box, just like this. Now, if you wanted to go in and use a corner rounder and round your little corners, that might be a smart idea. Then you don't have to fight with it to get it in there. Super simple. Now, I'm going to take my page here. Okay, this is the front. And I'm going to position my box inside of this, making sure that the open part is toward the outside of the book, okay? So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to put glue on the bottom of my box. We want it to hold really well because if you're opening and closing this box, you don't really want it to go anywhere. And I'm going to pull it in. I'm going to have more on the outside than I have on the end, so I'm pulling it in probably just under 1/4 of an inch or right at 1/4 of an inch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my box, I'm going to open it, and just make sure it's secure down inside of there. Super simple. Again, like I said, this is not anything like major, but it will make a cute little box. Okay, and then you're going to come in, you're going to take your top part of your box, and just on this piece here, just on the very, very tippy top, okay, put your glue. Try not to glue your box together like I just almost did. Get that glue out of there. Okay. Should have went ahead and put my pieces on there, but that's fine. So when I get ready to close it and attach the top, I want to kind of give it the same amount of space as I have on the other side. So again, probably just under 1/4 of an inch. Make it even. Okay. Use my bone folder to sort of try to set that glue down a little bit. Now, very carefully, and I say very carefully, go in and open your box. Because it's not, your glue isn't set yet. But open your box. Okay. And then use your bone folder to press in and get that good and set on that lid. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just pressing that in. And literally that's all there is to it. Now you have a little 3D box that's a lot smaller than the vintage one if you want to make a set. If you have all 3 of these box dies, you can make 3 different sizes. So in essence, here is the 3D book box and here is this one. See the difference in the size? So I'm going to complete a little mini book to go with my bigger book, and I will post all the pictures and everything on Instagram. I may even come back and do a project share here, but I wanted to show this to you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot to do this part. So let's go in and add our little decorative layers that I made to look like books. This again is going to add a little bit more stability to your book. Not that you really need it. I'm using extra heavyweight cardstock to do the box part of my book. So I'm not really worried about it going anywhere because let me tell you, it is stiff. It's almost like chipboard. It's so stiff. Put these on the sides. Try to get them even. And then I'll come back in a minute when that glue sets up a little bit more and press them down. Okay. Put this piece because they're curling up at the end so I can tell they're not. But okay, then we'll come back through, bring our bone folder, get those little edges in there. Make sure your little pieces are set. I didn't get that one centered very well. But it's okay. It's crafting. Nothing's ever perfect. So there you have your little book. Now, if you wanted to, you could set some sort of like closure on it. You don't need to though, because this is it's closed. It's not going to open. It's not going to do anything unless you want it to. Okay. So if you want it to, and then of course you have the layering pieces that come with the box that you can layer the inside of your box with, and that will make it look so nice. I think I did. Yes, I did these. See, I just used the layering pieces that it comes with to do the inside of the box. So this is the largest one, and then this is the smallest one. I have not done the medium, but here's the difference in the sizes in case you're wondering. So I think that's just a really cool way to get more use out of your dies and to use, again, like I used it here. I used the same thing with the hutch, and it opens perfectly. Closes perfectly. It's very sturdy. You guys, this is great. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. And if you don't have these box dies, go check them out because they are super, super versatile. I love them. And don't forget, if you go shopping at Scrap Diva Designs, I would appreciate you using my discount coupon, or my coupon code, sorry. It really, really does help me out a lot, and I appreciate it so much, you guys. I will put the links in the description box below. Until the next crafty video, happy crafting, guys.